Over the past decade plus of the NBA, we've seen ratings continue to fall, especially when it comes to the playoffs. And with the NBA Finals starting last night in a game that ended up being a blowout between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks, it doesn't exactly bode well for this NBA Finals matchup. There's no LeBron, there's no Steph Curry. Instead, I think you do actually have a very compelling matchup between the full team dynamic of the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum leading that team, maybe finally going to get that championship they've been close to for a while, compared to the very top two heavy Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving led Mavericks. I think it's compelling. I'm interested in it, but I don't know if casual fans are. So ESPN, who has the finals hosted on ABC, they are probably under a lot of pressure to make as much money as they possibly can from this thing. And it looks like they went a little bit too far. Fans who actually tuned in to watch the NBA Finals are furious over what they saw at the halftime show. Instead of actually listening to a big breakdown of what happened in the first half, what team needs to do what to turn things around, instead, they got maybe about a minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes of commentary. And the rest were all advertisements, and rightly, fans are calling them out for it. Game 1 of the NBA Finals was last night. I didn't watch a second. Now, this is from, who wrote this? Zach Dean for Outkick. But the internet tells me it was your typical blowout NBA game filled with little to no drama, and Stephen A. weirdly walking through the tunnel beforehand as if he was getting ready to play. Now, I did watch the game. The first quarter, the Celtics were just hitting everything in sight. They opened up a 29-point lead at one point. It was 58-29. They had the Mavs doubled up. And the Mavs in the third quarter did fight back, get it within single digits, but the Celtics eventually pulled away to take a 1-0 lead. But for a lot of fans that tune in at halftime, they're pretty pissed about this. Look at the reaction. ESPN trotting out the most embarrassing halftime show. It's the NBA Finals, and they put up about 45 seconds of analysis. I can't stand the ESPN halftime show. It's 1 minute of saying nothing and 14 minutes of commercials. ESPN is the worst NBA halftime show I've ever seen. 50 commercials, 90 seconds of analysis. First time I've tuned into a full ESPN halftime show, and it's like 90 seconds, and it's 3 90-second segments, and then all commercials. What is this shit? And we actually have the breakdown of all the actual basketball that was discussed during the NBA halftime show. Segment 1, getting buckets. JJ Redick talks about the Celtics three-point shooting. Here we go. And even this probably has a sponsor in it.
Getting buckets brought by KFC. JJ. Well, the Boston Celtics were getting buckets from behind the arc in that first half. 11 three-pointers, 2 on the ball. They do such a good job of swinging the basketball around the perimeter. And Kristaps Porzingis, a huge first half. 18 points in his return.
And then immediately back to another commercial, right? That was even sponsored by KFC, and then they go right back to another commercial. What about this? Segment 2, for roughly a minute, Michael Wilbon, Bob Myers, and Stephen A. Smith talk about the shooting of Kristaps Porzingis. And I don't know if we're going to play all 1 minute of this, but here's some of it.
Welcome to the Kia Halftime.
Up big here at the half. Stephen A. Smith, Bob Myers, Michael Wilbon, Josh Hart. I'm Malika Andrews. It feels like
And 10 seconds of that is a damn intro from Malika Andrews.
First half.
So much for Kristaps Porzingis needs to shoot his way out. I keep staring at this, wondering where this came from. How do you get that back with no game experience, no game time, missing 10 games?
Hey, we can skip through this a little bit here. What else did they say?
Sensational. Boston, 11 threes. I mean, my God, 40-1 this season when shooting better than 40% from three-point range, including the postseason. Look at them now.
And then immediately to another break. And then they come back from that break, and this is what you get. Another sponsored Kia ad. Here we go, 20 seconds.
Josh, let's Kia halftime highlights. Kristaps Porzingis has been everywhere. How does this Mavericks team slow the Celtics?
You got to stop them from these mismatches. They are getting mismatches. They're getting open shots. You got to slow them down. And the next thing you got to do is just get better shots offensively.
Let's see if they can do it here in the second half.
Bro, they are taking breaks for analysis, and then the commercials are the actual show. And then finally at the end, they play about, I don't know, 45 seconds of just play on the floor, mic'd up Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic. And then as they're walking, as the players are already on the floor, they're doing a little bit of a recap. That's it. This is your halftime show. And they've been called out several times already. Charles Barkley called them out for focusing the entire pregame show on the Lakers head coaching search instead of actually talking about the NBA Finals. But what I think this is a result of is ESPN desperately knows that the ratings are not going to be good for this. They haven't been great for the NBA in general. Last year was a little bit of a bounce back, but right again, it's down this year. And so they're filling it with ads because they're desperately trying to make money on the NBA Finals. What do you guys think about this getting called out by a lot of NBA fans who maybe actually wanted to see some analysis during halftime instead of all commercials? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.